Hello, and welcome to Positive Impact for Mind and Body. It's Nicole Fevrier Davis. I'm back again with more fascinating facts and details about mind and body. I am a psychic trainer, and I give psychic assessments along with the traditional assessments to all of my training clients. I also give psychic readings, which, by the way, from now until May 31st, I'm doing a special 20% off of all my psychic readings. The other thing is that I'm probably going to be doing a bigger special, not on the psychic readings, but on like the Metaforms jewelry that I wear, as well as the Healthy Line mats that I have on my swag page on my website. So if you do, or if you are interested in getting those deals, sign up for my email newsletter, because I'm going to be sending that email out probably in the next day or so. So anyway, it's exciting stuff, and I'm so happy to be here and chatting with you again today about all things mind and body. Well, today we're going to continue on our fitness week. This is fitness week. I am always kind of surprised at how repetitive people are, but we're going to get into that in a second. So there are 6 basic things that I find that people are continuing. I think I lost you there. Especially where it concerns weight loss. I've been, I don't know if you realize this, but I've been in the fitness and weight loss industries for 30 years. This is nothing new to me. So you tend to see a few things over and over and over again. Hi, Papa. I'm happy to see you too. Blessings to you, Papa. I'm so happy to see you. And you don't need to lose weight, Papa, but these are things that I have found to be kind of like interestingly, I don't know, they seem to stick with people. And I guess we are all creatures of habit, right? So we're always kind of going back to the things that worked the first time and hope they work the second, third, and 8th time. So this is a list that I put together for Abella magazine a while ago, and no problem, Papa. And it was a request for a fresh article about, kind of breaking concepts about current weight loss methods. And I see this all the time. Don't you see this all the time? Like a friend of yours on Facebook or Instagram or something, they'll say, "Oh, follow me and do what I did to lose weight." And that's going to work for you too. But the only problem is you probably have very different metabolisms. You probably have a very different heart rate. You don't know what your body composition is. So there's a lot of metrics. I just need love to find me. Oh, I'm sure it will, Papa. If you hang in there long enough, you will definitely find love. So here's the top 6 things, okay, that everyone makes the mistake of when they're trying to lose weight. The first one is to assume that by going on a diet or exercise program, specifically to lose weight, that you won't need to do that once you've lost the weight. You see the problem there? That didn't create a permanent habit change in you. That just created this, okay, I'm going to be stressed for a short period of time. I'll lose the weight I need to lose, and then I can stop all this. No. Yeah, I'm infinity. Thanks. Yes, yes, you are. We all are. And thank you for bringing that up. I'm gonna talk about this too, because all of these things that we keep making the mistakes about in our weight loss programs, they tend to undermine our soul, our will, our motivation. So we're going to touch on that at the end. But when you're engaging in a hope for weight loss program, what you want to do is find the things that are small. So you're only going to change 1 or 2% of your daily eating or activity habits a week. All right. Give it time. Give yourself enough time, because you created the current pattern that you're in right now that gained all the weight, maybe it's 30, 40 pounds by now. You're in this habit pattern that started way, 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 way long ago, like 20, 30 years ago, So you really have to give yourself enough time to establish a new habit pattern without a lot of stress. And I'm a big advocate of telling people that, if there's a death in the family, a birth in the family, if you just moved somewhere, or if you're changing careers or jobs or just got a divorce, probably not the best time to start initiating new habits unless they're very, very simple and you've done this thing, like having tea for breakfast instead of coffee. You've done it before when you were pregnant, or, for the guys, you've done it before when you didn't want to stress on the commute to work or whatever. Small things like that probably will stick, but you don't want to stress too much while you're making those changes. So make sure it's like at a time in your life where things are pretty status quo, right? And you can afford to increase stress in this part of your life. Forgive me, I'm trying to hide out from the sun. I love the sun. Don't get me wrong. It's a great thing. But the other thing I find interesting is that people tell me, oh, I'm going to go back to Weight Watchers. So, this kind of dovetails off the last point. They'll say, I'm going to go back to Weight Watchers because, the first time I did it, I lost like 30 pounds or, I'm going to go back on Nutrisystem or whatever the thing is, right? Again, you're assuming your body isn't as smart as you are. And you're wrong. Your body is way smarter. So all the things that you were eating to lose weight the first time you lost 30 pounds, or that you did to lose the weight the first time, I think I lost you again. You're trying to not trick your metabolism, but help it work more effectively and efficiently by changing what you're doing. And I can almost guarantee you that the one thing that you love and you want to keep in your life the most, like if you enjoy that little cookie in the afternoon, or like I love zucchini. I don't know. It's a weird thing. I love zucchini, and I would have it like every morning with my eggs. And although that was wonderful, the margarine that went along with it was not so wonderful. So I cut that out. You can also eat a lot more raw vegetables. Honestly, we all should be eating a lot more raw vegetables. But at any rate, your body is going to adapt to that diet and start conserving energy because it's not getting what it used to from the carbohydrate-filled or fat-filled diet you had before. So you want to make sure that you change it up a little bit. There was a period of time I went so long without carbohydrates that I actually lost more weight when I started adding them back in. Okay, because my energy level had changed and I required more energy to perform my daily tasks. And I wasn't getting that with the no carb thing. So that's just number 2. Number 3, are you ready? Are you excited? This is again, kind of like following the same, they dovetail into each other. The next thing that I find is a huge mistake a lot of people make is that, it worked for their friend who is 5'8" and weighs 115 pounds, and it's going to work for you 5'5" at 240. No. Again, you're going to need something that's very different, that speaks to your metabolism, to your height, your gender, your age, like I talked about on Tuesday. You're going to need something different for you. So never assume that, this diet program, this exercise thing, this shake, this pill that worked for your friend magnificently is going to work for you. You have to look at are you sleeping the same amount of time? Do you have the same amount of stress in your day? Do you feel like you are maybe better suited for a swimming cardio exercise program versus a walking or running exercise. These are all things that people assume, they throw this big blanket over people and say, oh, this is good for everyone. Everyone. And it isn't. It's a lie. It's all a fallacy. So be careful about number 3. Don't dive off of that cliff because your friend went there too, Okay, 4. You believe in a calorie restriction diet. And I will say, I had a 22-year-old who came to me to lose weight. And I said, okay, well, what are you eating? And she's like, oh, I'm on a very strict diet. It's only 1,200 calories a day. And God help me, if you're 21, an active 21-year-old, you better be eating more than 1,200 calories a day. If you like to bike or run or hike, you're going to need more energy than 1,200 calories a day. So what we did was I got her away from the nutritionist and I got her into a more balanced whole food diet, and we regulated her activity level. So she was doing high impact all the time. And I got her to slow it down on alternate days and start training with weights, which we're going to come up next. And she started to promptly lose a lot of weight. There was also a hormonal imbalance. Let's learn how to talk. Blah blah blah. So there was also a hormonal imbalance that I picked up on, and I suggested she get her estrogen levels, progesterone, and testosterone checked. And sure enough, she was very high in estrogen. So these were all things that she didn't really consider. She just went for the mainstream thought, low calories, high activity, it's going to work and I'm going to be great. And as much as that was a nice effort, it really simply wasn't right for her, A, because of her already very active lifestyle, and B, her heart rate training wasn't in alignment with what she needed, and C, her hormones were out of whack. So never, ever just jump off of that cliff again. Maybe it's not with your friend this time. Maybe it's with some marketing or some dietitian somewhere. Don't jump off that cliff. You want to try to find someone who's going to address the whole person, not just a part of who you are. The last thing that I'm always kind of blown away by, because again, I go back to that thought that this took you years to gain. For many of us, it didn't happen overnight, and COVID wasn't the only thing that helped us gain weight. There were things that happened prior to that we'd been gaining weight and losing it and gaining it and losing it over and over again, that got our bodies kind of programmed to regain weight. So I really, I took a course recently, a speaking course. And as wonderful as the speaking course was, I was trying to describe to the instructor what I do and how I help people. And I was just kind of blown away that her immediate response was, oh, but, so-and-so down the block is going to sell me a shake and I'm going to lose 10 pounds this week. And I win. And I was like, yeah, that might work if you're not really educating yourself and you don't know what you're talking about. And unfortunately, that's the case. A lot of people don't know what they're talking about, especially people who want you to, like I said, jump on that same, body is intelligent. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's not fair to assume that the fastest, easiest thing is going to last, be healthy, and give you a good sense of self-confidence. What I'm trying to get to here, don't you see this? All of these things, when you do these things and you fail, don't they undermine your self-confidence? Don't they make you feel a little less proficient, a little less knowledgeable about who you are, and maybe make you less motivated, honestly, to go after a decent weight loss program? It's really more beneficial if you have the opportunity to work with someone who is knowledgeable, If you can't, let's say, okay, in the bigger picture, if you can't afford someone like myself for training or assessments or the InBody scale that I showed you on Tuesday. I didn't show you the scale. I showed you the report that you get from it that has body mass index, remember? Extracellular water, muscle mass, as well as body fat percentage. Remember that chart I showed you? So if you can't afford that, the least you could do, and this isn't expensive, is to start reading a lot about metabolism. I have several on my YouTube channel and this channel. I have several talks I give about metabolism, as well as dietary things. I think Tuesday, I'm going to set you up with some fantastic ways. And I did this for a local news show here in Connecticut. I'll set you up with some fantastic ways to avoid cravings. That's a big issue for a lot of people. They just have these massive cravings. And I talked about it, I guess I want to say around this time last year on this podcast briefly. But I didn't go into detail. I didn't show you the options that you have now to help wean you. What I do is every time I get into a party, or if it's a big holiday and you're used to, nibbling on the cookies and taking a piece of toast in the morning and doing all these, or, slathering butter into your meals because that's what you do at the holidays. I have a system that helps you wean yourself off of those high caloric, high sugar, high fat content foods in favor of other things that give you that taste and maybe that texture, but won't kill your metabolism and slow it down so it stops to a grinding halt. It'll keep you going, okay? So don't go for fast and easy. Don't do what your friend did. Don't do what the marketing people tell you to do. Make sure that you are continually challenging your metabolism. And when I say challenging, you want to not eat the same thing every day, all day. You don't want to do the same workout every single day, every day of the week and in eternity. I know people that are avid runners every single day, and I think that's beautiful. But man, what a beating on your ankles, your knees, and your hips. I did run for a bit, and I actually have something called ischial bursitis. That's fun. And I also have a problem with my right knee. So, that's just from a very short period of about 5 years that I was running pretty regularly. So I would like to see all of my beautiful positive impact people attempting a different workout, attempting a different way to eat, eating different things, especially more whole foods, and incorporating more vegetables, raw vegetables into your diet, because they're just so nutrient rich, and that you need that fiber. Okay. So there's a whole, theory. I want to say there's a whole bundle of wax that goes along with not just how your metabolism burns, but how your mind is functioning when you're doing these things. You're an individual, and you want to maintain that sense of self-confidence. You want to have that sense of internal integrity that makes you feel like, yes, I'm the authority here. I know what to do, and I'm going to do it. But now, in the bigger picture, and that's my air conditioning popping on underneath us in this things that we're talking about here. These aren't things that originated the weight gain. They just perpetuate it. Do you see what I'm saying? The origination of weight gain always is in the subconscious mind. So people ask me, oh, I always have this, like I said, a cookie in the afternoon. Why am I eating a cookie every afternoon? Well, you got to look at your circumstances. Is it because you had such positive associations with cookies? Maybe you shared that with your mother in the afternoon growing up? Or is it because you're feeling the need to give yourself a little bit of endorphin rush, a little bit of a dopamine rush, so that you can get through the rest of your day energetically? Or is it just really simply a physical energy need for sugar so you can physically keep up with your 2-year-old? Like what is your motivation? And I don't mean because it tastes good, because the taste good always leads to some neurochemical that's going to make you feel great. You know what I'm saying? So then we have to find things in our lives that make us feel great, that don't rely on the fats, the salts, and the sugars. So I think that's what I'm going to do on Tuesday when we get together again at 3 o'clock. In the meantime, like I said, I'm doing a 20% off of psychic readings from now until the end of May 31st, 2021. And you can also find this blog specifically on my website. I put it in the title, or the description rather. And I hope you take away something that's very helpful for you, so that you can lose weight healthfully. You can do it healthfully. It's going to be an interesting concept to your mind and body, that you want to understand it, that you want to work with the information inside your body, and you want to be proactive in that understanding. I'm writing a book about this right now, and I'm submitting a couple of sample chapters along with a proposal and an outline in about 2 or 3 weeks. So I hope that you all enjoyed this little bit of wisdom about your mind and body today. And please, again, feel free to email me or contact me through Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I'm at Nicole's MBM. And you saw my website on the description, mindbodymastery.org. All right. You guys have a fantastic day. Love ya. See you later.